Welcome back to another episode of our Wyckoff Crypto discussion. We received so many kind comments in the last week. Thank you very much for your feedback, guys. We love the fact that so many communities of traders are interested in the Wyckoff methodology. So feel free to share these YouTube videos on Twitter or other platforms. We have a special announcement today. The next 2 episodes will be totally devoted to your questions. So if you have any questions about the Wyckoff method, please write your comment below. As usual, this information is for educational purpose only and is not an investment recommendation. So please stop the video and read the disclaimer. So let's start with Bitcoin. Daily chart. As you can see, Bitcoin is still in this consolidation. In the last session, we have anticipated a change of behavior. The change of behavior has occurred, and now we want to follow this price action swing by swing. Volatility and volume on the current reaction are decreasing, but we need to see a clear reversal bar. We have talked many times about an upsloping consolidation. I think that the main idea here is that we have hit our PNF target around 19,000-20,000, and now we need to consolidate and generate more count to reach the next target. So what we can do here? Intraday traders can follow this trading range. There is still a significant amount of profit to extract here, but I think the best strategy now is to look for the altcoin market, where you want to see some signs of rotation. So when Bitcoin consolidates, you always want to see the altcoins that are sitting on very oversold levels and show some signal of activity. Your thoughts, Roman?
Yeah, I thought that there is not a lot to add here, as we anticipated around this area some kind of change of behavior conditions. It occurred. We're seeing that there is a bullishness behind that change of behavior. There's some buying behind it. We see that buying also, the institutions are buying on the way up. So this is a very encouraging sign, but we're still in the consolidation. So it's kind of, this boring time when you have to wait. And I totally agree with Alessio's suggestion to go to other assets that where the money are rotating to. And we'll have to update you on how this structure unfolds.
So here you can see the crypto indexes. So Bitcoin, altcoin, shitcoin, and DeFi index. I like a lot the structure of the DeFi index because we have seen a lot of volume, a lot of participation in November, and now we are just consolidating this small trading range. And there are a lot of assets that are way more interesting than the structure of the DeFi index itself, because the index is by nature is lagging the leader between inside the same category. So your thoughts, Roman?
Yes, so stopping action in Bitcoin, not terminally climactic. So this again suggests a trading range and then possible continuation. I'm a little bit concerned, Alessio, here with more pronounced changes of behavior, like in altcoin and shitcoin here. But within the structure, we're seeing how the structure allows us for this type of interpretation, with the rally being, a sign of strength type of rally. I wonder what you're thinking about the volume signature here. Does this confirm a sign of strength behavior? Because this was, a very significant, push down, and obviously we're testing this. So maybe a little bit more volatility has to come out before the price will start moving up. But Bitcoin definitely looks like still a leadership instrument among all four.
So this is the DeFi index Bitcoin ratio. And I think this could be a very interesting timing tool for what crypto traders call the alt season, which is basically a period of time where the altcoins are leading. So what do you see here? You see that very defined downtrend channel where the DeFi index is underperforming the market, then we see an extreme oversold consolidation condition today, and a trading range with some volume is beginning. So I think that we want to see a break of the channel followed by a retest. That would be the ultimate timing signal. And since we are seeing a lower high here, I think it's even possible that we have to retest the support of this trading range before going up. And that would be a very interesting scenario, because that could be a very interesting buying opportunity for a lot of crypto assets. So your Max, Roman.
Yeah, so this is a daily chart. Out of the oversold condition, we usually would have a very dynamic rally, and then we would consolidate at the higher value zone, which we're seeing here. So I like how they're getting back into this space. So there's a lot of buying that we're seeing here, but the timing is going to be the key, as Alessio has said. Obviously, we do need to break that trend line.
Sushi Swap, very interesting asset. So this is an asset over the DeFi index sector, and as you can see, the last rally is much better than the DeFi index, as a lot of comparative strength, especially in the last daily bars that are very, very interesting. And I think that this structure, where we see a lot of like this beautiful mini trading range in the middle, belongs to a much larger structure. So I think the first target here is the $4 level, and we could see here in the future, like in late December, a sign of strength about this structure. That would be very, very interesting, because this is like the most important resistance level that we have to face.
Yes, so the rally is actually very constructive, right? So we're seeing a lot of demand coming in, we're seeing more demand, and that pushes the price above the highs, whereas in the index, obviously, we're failing to do so. So there are elements of outperformance. As Alessio has said, this level right here and these two bars are kind of like the key bars to overcome. So here's that target level between 4 and maybe like close to 550, or 5, that we will be looking for, where the price might actually stop and produce a more meaningful reaction. So we will have to see. Or I wonder if it's just gonna the supply, whatever occurs here, is going to be observed. So those two scenarios, but definitely a much more interesting asset, more outperforming asset than the index itself.
So hard here we see a possible breaking up action. So we want to just see a confirmation here, some good demand up bar, and then this asset could be ready to leave the trading range. So very interesting structure and a lot of outperformance, especially in the last week.
Yeah, kind of the same idea that it's outperforming, and we're definitely in the sign of strength type of structure right now, and into the backing up action. Everything unfolds exactly the way how we would want it for this asset. Potential phase C here, last point of supports around these areas, and now we're holding above, and with that, volume signature is going down. So I would say a very interesting spot, suggesting continuation. We just need to time that.
So AXS, very interesting structure, because this is basically a fractal of the price action of Bitcoin on the daily. This is a 4-hour chart. So very interesting structure. I think that this could be a great case study for our students. The only problem here is that I'm seeing a lot of supply emerging on that level. So maybe that we should consolidate more, even though that uptrend channel that Roman has drawn is very, very interesting. So what could be a nice timing tool here, Roman?
Well, the supply occurs because this was the stop in action before, so this is where supply came in. It kind of come in at the same point. The key here, guys, is we had a stop in action before. How is this area going to react to that supply? So we have kind of like the same behavior by the supply, the same behavior by the sellers. Supply increases in both cases. Now we have to note that there is a somewhat of the decrease supply from one spot to another. So this is encouraging. So this is more bullish as supply decreases from point, let's say, number one to point number two. So the second thought here is that we're probably going through some period of absorption. Why would I say that? Well, whenever supply occurred here, what did we do? We tried to move up, and then we failed. Here we are trying to move up, we are failing back into the trading range. But unless we have some kind of big bar to the downside, this is holding on positively. Look at the volume signature here. This is diminishing supply character. And then look at the volume signature here. Even though it's diminishing, but supply is still relatively high. And on the bar by bar basis, it's actually going up in this area. So that was suggestive of the continuation to the downside. So we still have to see whether we're going to break this or not. But it looks to me that supply is being somewhat exhausted. First, there is not a lot of supply. It occurs at the correct place where it should absorb, and there is less of the supply that does not produce as volatile action as we've had before. So a very interesting asset, Alessio, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to unfold and what kind of continuation we could possibly have.
Okay, so this is a submission. So a shout out to Troy and his beautiful community of traders. So IOTA, we see here a very monster accumulation structure that has this downsloping structure. I think it's very interesting, this idea. When you think about the targets that this PNF count can generate. And very often in the crypto space, we can see that the multi-year consolidation can generate not just a 10-bagger, but even more. The only problem here is that this downsloping structure reflects some relative weakness. And so I think that the timing is the key here. What you see on the last 40 bars, I'm seeing here a lot of supply that has to be absorbed. So the absorption, that supply, if that level, that support that I highlighted there holds, that would be a very constructive sign. What could be the next step? Another higher low, and then a confirmation, and finally a breakout of the long-term consolidation. That would be a great trading opportunity. Roman?
Well, obviously, we just also, and Alessia alluded to this, sometimes the timing could be defined by the asset starting to outperform the market proxy, right? In this case, Bitcoin. So whenever you start seeing that it's starting to outperform, that could be the timing of the price leaving the trading range. And obviously, just the whole idea about a huge causality, when you look at this type of structures, and if you're a swing trader, I always would push you to think about, is it possible for me to campaign this stock rather than just swing trade? Or maybe just to divide your trading of this currency into two portions. Your regular swing trading, where you take just swings to the upside, and also leave some for the long-term campaign and experience a long-term campaign, in that way and develop that skill.
And this is the 6% percentage scaling PNF chart of the same asset. As you can see, that small consolidation that you see produces a big count. And now, if the whole trading range is an active accumulation, well, that PNF target, I think that the PNF count could project the target to the top of this chart. So that would be very interesting. But I repeat, the timing here is crucial. Your Max, Roman?
Yeah. So you have to think that in the larger formation, like right here, it seems like we're going up, 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 up. Well, we've had some change of behavior here. This was more of the test of that change of behavior. So we're coming out of a much, much more bullish formation. We're seeing that the volume signature suggests more participation, what we've seen right now. Another element of timing that could be useful here is just the increase of overall volume signature as an element of institutional participation, and you will know that, yes, now as institutions are in this position, I should be in this position as well. All right. Well, I think that's it, Alessio. Good episode, and until next week.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Roman.
Thank you.